Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on, again, a 25-year-old from Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, Canada. His hockey journey has taken him to Canada, the USA, and he has quickly become a staple, fan favorite, and a bit of a legend in Manchester, England, with the chocolatiest team in hockey. He returns to the shed for his hat-trick appearance, I think, for fun last season, scored 26 goals, and helped the Storm finish fourth behind the big budget boys, and the experts had picked them to finish dead last. Perhaps they hadn't have heard he is a Q champion, a Memorial Cup champion back in 1819 with Ruin Noranda Huskies. And because Gamers Game, he put up a point a game in the Mem Cup, and he's doing her again with over a point a game with the Chocolate Storm because running mucks is fun. Welcome back, Tyler Hinam.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming back on, man. I looked at it today. You're only 25 years old. This is already your third shed appearance.
Yeah,
Got you young, I guess. First time we did it, you had just signed with Manchester, right? You hadn't even been there yet.
yeah, no, it was just after the signing, kind of in the summer before I went over for last season.
Right. And I was a sponsor last season. Wasn't that funny?
Yeah, with Critchy.
God. So a fella that just came on sent me the jersey, and I have a signed Critch jersey with my logo on it. How hockey is that?
That's nice. That's gonna be a nice keepsake for you. Obviously, I feel like sponsors should get that, but that's nice that they finally got it to you.
Well, Finner had one for me, but the accountant said I hadn't finished paying the bill, so I got a Critch jersey to send over. I've just been busy, but I got to send it over to the Storm so they can have their way with it, have a raffle, and then make all the money I still owe them. It's not much though, I don't think.
Fair enough.
But if anybody else is listening, if you sponsor a team, you're supposed to pay your whole bill,
I think
right?
that's a fair deal, I think. Yeah.
I agree. And I'm a bit late on that. So sorry, Finner. I will pay. And I'll send you the jersey, so I'll overpay, you know? I think there's what's it called? The juice is still running on me. Interest. So, how's the season going?
Well, it's been good so far. Yeah, obviously, it's nice to be back. We didn't have too much turnover from last season to this year, so yeah, a lot of familiar faces, a little bit more comfortable heading into my second year in the league and second year in Manchester. And yeah, no, I think it's been a nice transition from year one to year two.
It is nice to go back to the same team, know the same city, know the people, right? When you switch teams, it's a lot at the start of the season to try and get comfy, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of knowing your way around the town, the rink, the organization, the people, just kind of like everyday life, not just
Yeah.
at the rink, just kind of what you do for groceries, what your what lifestyle away from the rink looks like. It's definitely a little easier coming in your second year, knowing what to expect and where to go, and just a little bit more comfortable for sure.
And another reason why I'm having you back again already is because I like your style. I've seen pictures. I've seen you and Critch out on the ice. But then I saw you got in a fight too. But the part I liked most was when Critch didn't make Team GB. You sent me a message having his back, and I couldn't agree more. You know,
Yeah, I thought that was a little ridiculous, but
I agree.
each their own.
I guess so. But I mean, me or you can't make Team GB, so we can say what we think. And I just can't believe the leader and captain of a squad that finished fourth in the league, and he's out there running amok. How he's not a shoe-in, but
Yeah, I think if somebody else was picking that team, I think Critch could have definitely been there. But
right.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Guess we should move on, right? Is Critch back yet?
No, I think he's getting closer for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, still missing him. He's obviously a big part of our lineup that we're missing. But yeah, obviously it'll be a nice boost when we get him back. But he's still doing a good job showing a face every day and being as involved as he can be. So yeah,
He would
we're
he
obviously
he would be
excited to
that
welcome
type of
him
guy.
back.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type of
no,
guy that's staying involved while he's hurt, eh?
yeah, he's still at the rink, still showing a face, still kind of, being that leadership presence that he brings to the room. Obviously he can't play with us right now, but yeah, he's still staying involved and we'll welcome him back with open arms, obviously when
Oh,
he's ready to go.
Yeah, you guys played a lot together last year, didn't you?
Yeah, the entire second half, I think it worked pretty well. So, we got one game in together this year, and it went pretty well. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen when he's back, but obviously, somebody that I'm used to playing with a lot.
Um, when I look back on my career, I always find it interesting that usually my line mates would be my best buddies on the team. And I think I kind of made a point of making it that way because you got to be
Yeah.
best buddies with your line mates. But even when I'm making my minor hockey lines, I try to put them with the kids that they're like sometimes best buddies with because I think they'll play better, you know?
Yeah, I definitely have a good relationship with Critch off the ice. Thankful for that, and I think our styles complement each other on the ice for sure too. I think we both have similar desires in the way we want to play the game and the way we want to come out. So I think it's a good fit playing with him, and obviously we've had some success together in the past.
Hmm. Um, God, I had something I was gonna say and now I forget it. But you guys got a new coach. I'll just go with that one then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's Mike's been great. Obviously a little bit of a transition from Ginner. But Ginner, had some family stuff to take care of, and I'm glad that he's doing well in Atlanta, and I think everything went smoothly with the baby from what I've heard. So, obviously it was a little uneasy not knowing what to expect with Mike and Flags coming in, but yeah, it's been a great transition for the group, I think. And yeah, we're still kind of learning and still kind of get to know him and kind of what he's all about, but it's been a good start so far.
Um, yeah, and I think it's cool that the chocolate is still happening. I started with Critch, and then Ginner was the coach, and he was on board. Finner was on board with me having fun, and then started running muck with all the Storm players, and then it got bigger and better. Um, Curious, you've probably ate some chocolate over your season in Manchester.
Yeah.
Um, has your favorite changed, and what did you ask for the first time?
I think the first time I was a Mars bar, but I've definitely in terms of chocolate, I think I'm probably more Dairy Milk now. I think they're just
Dairy
they're
milk,
quality.
like just the
Yeah.
straight up chocolate dairy milk? Or you got some
Yeah, I
nuts?
think it's some good quality milk chocolate. Obviously some of the nuts and the crazy stuff in there is good, but I think yeah, I think just a straight milk chocolate dairy milk is kind of the go-to right now.
All right, Storm fans. If we can make that happen after next win, get the tape on it, put his name on it, say, here you go. Because when I see those pictures and when the fans send me what they're gonna throw, just melts my heart.
I know it's a cool little tradition. Obviously the players like it, and obviously it's a nice little reward for winning at home.
Right, and you only get it if you win it, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to earn your chocolate, and that's fun.
Yeah, I have to earn them for sure. But yeah, it's nice after a win coming in and having a nice chocolate bar in your stall waiting for you.
Do you know how ridiculous it is for me over here? Like, I'll be working in the office and like just grinding away, and then all of a sudden I'll get sent videos from Manchester of chocolate storms. And I just think it is so gosh darn funny that it started from talking, you know?
No, it has. It's been funny, and yeah, it's funny that it all just started on this podcast. But they're pretty dedicated with it. They go out of their way to get guys' favorite chocolates, and they're invested in it. And we've got some chocolate at away games this year too, so it's been kind of funny.
That really, they're throwing chocolate on the ice at the away rinks or meeting you at the
Yeah,
bus. Really?
yeah.
I,
There's been a few thrown over, but yeah, it's definitely it's kind of a growing tradition that's kind of funny and fun for the players.
I'm on board. If anybody's listening to me, let's throw chocolate on the road because road wins are even harder than home wins. And you know what? If they earn their chocolate, you know, got to chuck it, right?
Yeah, just don't blame us if you get in trouble from the ring staff.
Right. It never started here then, right?
Yeah, it's not our fault.
I have been banned from the Sheffield Steelers of having fun. We had Kit Kat get that with Mosey, and he had asked for something with nuts in it, and there was a bit of an uproar about the nuts. I think it was Snickers. So then they actually put on their social media and said, no Snickers, if you've heard of it on the podcast. We're going with Kit Kat, get that. And then he went out and won man of the match. They won in overtime. And then there was thousands of cats on the ice. And
That's
then the
funny.
arena banned fun. They actually put out a statement saying that was a one-time event. The arena is not happy with us. And you know what? That's fine because I went right ahead over to Manchester and they opened me with open arms, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't think Planet Ice Ultringham's got that many rules in place. So yeah, it's a free for all. It's a free for all when we're at home.
The storm shelter, yeah. And it is so fun when all that chocolate's hit the ice, eh? Have you been hit with any yet?
Probably some close calls, but nothing coming to mind.
Okay. Um, what's the most bizarre chocolate you've seen thrown on the ice, other than when I got the finished chocolate thrown for Santerre?
I don't know. There's definitely just some that you just don't really recognize, but there's enough there that you usually just your eyes wander to what you know, so you usually just disregard
You
one.
know what you know, eh? You're staying in your
Yeah,
pocket with the Cadbury Dairy
yeah.
Milks, eh?
If I don't recognize it, it's probably just gonna get disregarded and
You gotta live a little, man.
move
Try
on to the
some new
next one.
stuff out if we're having storms.
All right, next home win, I'll try something new.
Okay, so do you have a roommate this season?
I do, yeah. I live with Chase Harrison.
Chase Harrison. I've heard he's a shed guy. Would he talk to me?
He might, yeah.
Maybe ask him over dinner tonight.
Will do.
And then people keep asking me to have this Durf fella on.
Yeah, he's
Messaged him, nothing back. Didn't bite that hook.
just
Didn't
iced,
bite the
yeah.
hook at all. Yeah, I felt like I was an old fat guy out of the game and didn't know anybody anymore.
Yeah, no, he's gotten off to a hot start, so maybe his DMs are just flooded right now.
Must
But
be. He must be just flooded.
yeah, no, he's had a good start to the year. He's a good player for us.
Um, okay, next question. Why do you wear number 9? I don't know if I've asked you this before, but we'll just repeat ourselves if
Yeah.
we have.
No reason really. I wore it when I was a little kid, and I was yeah, just kind of the numbers I'd worn recently were all taken when I was coming over to Manchester, so it was just something that I'd worn before, and I
Okay,
like it, I guess. But nothing, nothing too deep. Just
kind of like a dairy milk chocolate bar.
yeah, just picked it one day, I guess. But yeah, no significance.
One thing I wanted to mention, since I have a Manchester Storm jersey that I didn't bring out here, is very nice color of blue on those jerseys.
Yeah, I really like our jerseys this year. They did a good job on them, and
Well, I don't
I
know
think
about this year. I have last year's.
I of the blue jersey or
I think they told me it was a game worn jersey from the Challenge Cup, maybe.
yeah, those jerseys were nice, and
Yeah,
our cup jerseys are blue again this year, and they're sharp. I like them,
yeah, the
but
blue really
obviously
pops.
it really does. Yeah, no, they look nice, especially it matched with the purple. But yeah, I like the blue. The blue jerseys are cool, and obviously our purple and black ones are too. But yeah, I think all of our jerseys are have been pretty well done this year.
Well, I think it's neat from talking to you guys from over here and never playing for the Storm that I have been sent now 2 care packages from Manchester with swag. And I have a toque, I have hat, I have a jersey, I have a scarf, and I got the nicest birthday card sent to me ever from a fan, from Dan. And it's just bizarre when something shows up in the mail from talking to hockey dudes about hockey because that's what I like doing.
Yeah, no, I think there's definitely a decent following from the Storm fans on this podcast. I think you've had enough of the guys on, and the tradition started here. So I'm
Guess
sure
I'm
you
a
get
bit
some ears from
persistent, eh?
yeah, I guess I'm sure you get some ears from the Manchester fan base.
Well, hopefully you see some 2 Ales and Hockey Tales swag around the barn because apparently, like, it's available at Little Fox Designs, and I never talk about it. I never tell people, but they are selling my swag on their website. So if
Nice.
people want it, you could go buy it. I stay out of it. I just want to talk to people. I don't even know.
Quick
Well,
little plug for you.
yeah, there we go. I finally did it, guys. Sorry, sorry, I'm not good at marketing stuff. But somebody wanted to ask me, I saw a picture and I think you posted just having fun. And I really appreciated that because it looks like you're having fun playing hockey. But one of the pictures was you right mucking it up, getting in a fight, eh?
Yeah, one of them was.
Yeah. How'd that go? Who'd you fight?
I think that one was Saucerman on Sheffield.
You fought Sauce? He's a shed guy.
Oh,
Shed
is he?
shed guy's mucking it up, eh? That's funny.
This is what they do.
Hmm. Yep. When I started this, I found out Hendo, my buddy from Cardiff, had fought my buddy from my hometown in the OHL and had a real go. And I didn't know any of this before. It's weird how shed guys really muck it up.
Yeah, just part of the game, I guess. I'm sure.
So how
Sure.
did it go with Sauce? Did you hit him in the beard at all?
No, I think it was probably could have been closer, called closer to a 2 minute. It was more just a little wrestle fest and went to the
Oh,
ground. But Yeah, no,
Okay,
it wasn't a violent one. That's if
that's good.
we'll
I
say
don't want
that.
you guys hurting each other because I like him too.
Yeah, everybody got out of it and whatever.
You're just playing with passion,
Tempers,
I guess.
yeah, yeah, tempers boiled and nobody got hurt. So I guess that's a good thing.
Right. And then someone told me you got in one against Guilford and really got in a scrap. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't think I had much of a choice in that one.
The guy
That one
wanted
was
you.
10 sets of gloves on the ice, and you didn't really have
Oh,
a
that
choice.
one.
Yeah, so I think yeah, when you're in a line brawl, you don't really have much of a choice anymore. So
I watched that line, bro. I got sent the video right when it was happening.
yeah,
Were you the
I
guy
think that
right in the
video.
middle there, right wound?
Yeah, I was definitely close to the middle of it for sure.
Were you the guy without shoulder pads and the jersey on?
I was the guy with no shoulder pads or jersey.
Okay,
Yeah,
I loved watching that video. That made my day.
it was funny. It was definitely one of those adrenaline to 100 moments for sure. It was fun.
Um, yeah, I haven't been a good old fashioned live brawl in some time, but they're exciting things, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the fans definitely got up for it. It was a bit of a break afterwards, but yeah, no, I think it was a night most fans will remember for sure.
There's no suspensions after that, right? They've already cleaned up that mess.
I think the Slewfoot that started the whole thing, I think he got a game on the Guilford side, but nothing for us. No.
Perfect, because
Yeah.
I could tell right near the end that you were still mad at the guy when I saw the video.
Yeah, it was definitely close to probably giving him a bit harder
Yeah, you didn't give him
go.
the full one. You just gave him a don't do that one, right?
Yeah, I think it was that point though. I think if I gave him a good one, I might have been out of the game for a while. So just
Yeah. I think
kind of
you gave him the right amount so that there wasn't a
yeah,
suspension. You just gave him like a little pop.
yeah. Obviously, I don't think it was hurting anybody, but
Oh, that was so
I
hockey.
think yeah, I think a good pop probably would have got me a good few games up in the stands. So
I was watching that. I'm like, is that Hinam? Is that him? And I couldn't figure it out. And man, good stuff. Good timing. I was
yeah,
really enjoyed how much passion you were playing hockey with there.
yeah. Try to bring a little bit of passion every night. It's something you can control. So try to show up with a little bit of that. If you're not gonna have your A game every night, try to at least
Well,
show some jam.
you play a lot better when you play with passion. That's,
Yeah.
same in under 13 or pro, you know? Anywho, seen Jake around the barn lately? Is he still chucking chocolate at everybody? He's the
Oh
director of
yeah.
Ched marketing.
Is he ever? Yeah, he's usually there in his two ales and hockey tails jersey and
Love it.
hanging out. Yep.
Um, okay, I thought of this question before we were going to talk because I've never asked somebody this before, I don't think. When I've had some fans on, I asked them who their favorite player is. Do you have a favorite fan in Manchester or anywhere?
Uh, I'll go with no. I hope that doesn't get me in any trouble.
Did you say
But
no?
yeah, I don't think I want to single anybody out.
Right.
Obviously, the
No,
the
then
whole
there's be
Storm
some jealous
fan
folks
base.
out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think the whole Storm base has been pretty good. They're very supportive of us, and even
You
when
just like everybody, eh?
yeah, people pleaser. But
Mm.
no, like even when things aren't going great, I think there's some other fan bases around the league where I think the world's ending a little bit more than it is when we lose a couple games. I think the fans are pretty supportive and understand like we're not going to win every night, but they're usually standing behind us pretty good.
And
And
that's what you want in fans. The ones that
yeah,
get negative as soon
obviously,
as you lose a game and start pointing fingers, it's like, get out of our way. We win
yeah,
together and we lose together.
yeah. We're not trying to lose, like so.
Yeah, nobody is. I had a really
But
good
yeah,
question and now I forget it. Gosh darn it. Why do I get sidetracked?
but yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, it's obviously I think our fans do a really good job supporting us, and we appreciate it for sure.
I understand. I was going to tell you a story of when I was in Cardiff. I did have a favorite fan. I think it's a funny story. Um,
Let's hear it.
there was a couple that lived in our apartment complex and they were big fans. And from seeing each other in the parking lot and around the elevators, we got to know each other a bit over the season. And then I was hurt and couldn't play anymore. And he would get the streams and I would want to watch my team play. So the first time I was going up to his apartment to watch the Belfast game or something, and his gal says like, just so you know, like he's really nervous for you to watch the game with him. I'm like, why would he be nervous to watch a hockey game with me? I'm like, we're neighbors. And then we went up and hung out and had a couple beers and watched the game. And then like we were like buddies. And then I'd go on the fan bus with them and then do the pregame speech. And then we were like tight. And I always called him my creepy stalker neighbor. And him and his gal both had my jerseys. And his nickname was my creepy stalker neighbor. And I always joked with him that he would try and sneak in my apartment and smell my underwear. So,
Yeah, at least it's better that he was nice to you, I guess, than
yeah. He
anything
wasn't
else.
actually creepy. He was just my creepy stalker neighbor.
Yeah, close enough with him where you can joke around about it.
Yeah, no, but yeah, he became like my buddy. Yeah, and then he actually came on the podcast once with two other fans, and we
Oh,
talked about it
nice.
all. Yeah, fun times. But everybody needs a creepy stalker neighbor, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't have I don't have one of those in my complex, but maybe
well,
next year.
you'll find one if you
Yeah,
keep
one
running
day.
amok. You'll get one.
One day.
Okay, so who is your most influential coach ever, and why? Boom, big
Cool.
question. Boom.
I guess I'll do a hat nod to Tim Boyce. He was my coach in midget, and I think those were a couple pretty serious years for my development, I guess. I think I went from just kind of barely making the U18 league back home, kind of where you get drafted out of. Went undrafted there my first year, and then yeah, he definitely helped me develop over my 2 years with that program. And then by the end of it, I was able to make the jump right to the queue. So I think going from like undrafted to being able to crack a lineup in 18 months was kind of
And
a big 18 months for me
what did he
where I
do to
did a
help
lot.
with that? What did he do to help with that? Like what?
I think it was more just like really beat home some things that I needed to do to get to the next level, like things like, bringing it every night and consistency and kind of playing with that fire, like understanding that, I have skill, but it's not just going to be a full skill game. And, to make the next level, you're going to have to do other things and, be hard on pucks and, just kind of preach the right things. And I was able to kind of implement those into my game. And once they were in there, it was a lot easier to just play hockey once playing hard. And,
Yeah,
I think it really supported me as a player and developing and allowed me to make mistakes, but also, preach some important things that I needed to focus on and work on.
that makes perfect sense. And yeah, the harder you play, the better it goes.
Yeah.
If you just try to be a skill guy, then that is all you are, and you got to be able to do more stuff than that, especially when it's not your night, right? And that's why
Yeah.
we get to see fun videos of you now.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was definitely a bit of him understanding that, just because I'm good at this level doesn't mean that this is the end of the road. He definitely kept the vision long term and didn't let me get complacent with just being good at that level. It was definitely like, okay, well, what's he gonna need to get to the next level? And he was definitely more focusing on that kind of stuff. Um,
He was trying to get you places.
exactly. Instead of just being worried about how good I am today, it was definitely worrying about, I working on the things that I need to improve on to make that next step. And thankfully I
To be a
was.
real player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next for my, because I like coaching. What is your favorite drill at practice?
Oh, as of right now, we're doing some controlled breakouts and I got a nice far setup where I just come off the blue line and get a nice one. So that's a nice one for me if it's a bit of a lazy day. But
Yeah, I was gonna
uh
say you want to do a controlled breakout. You want to just stand around. I thought
oh,
we were
the far
mucking it up.
guy at the far blue line, get a
You're
nice stretch pass in the D man,
oh my
bump it to the
god.
middle.
You want to be the stretch guy? God, I want to go back and pick up the puck and try and skate through everybody.
No, but in all seriousness, flags, yeah, we just kind of any small area games, like competing, like
Mucking
being
it up.
put in game situations. Obviously, yeah, it's you got enough time in the summer to skate around cones and skate around and do all that kind of boring stuff. I like once you got 20 guys that are all in the same caliber and we're all on the same team, like I like just
Competing.
getting to work and competing, it's
Hmm.
a little bit better than just the ticky tack, four
Yes.
dot drills and full
Hmm.
ice skating. I like getting into the 2-on-1s, 2-on-2s, 3-on-2s, all that kind of stuff. The game like situations and 5-on-5. Yeah, I'd say anything where we're going against each other, not just dot drills and
I found with this under 13 team I'm coaching is well, we don't play like that many games, and I don't feel like they've played that many games in their lives. And we can do drills and do passing drills to do that stuff. But then come near the second half of practice, I either do like each line gets 2 minutes on the power play and we keep score, or like we straight up scrimmage. And I tell them, I'm like, I think you guys are the best in Ontario, and you guys need to make each other better by giving her like it's a game. And then we just straight up muck it, like
yeah,
play hockey.
yeah. I think small area games are definitely overlooked as a tool for getting better. Obviously, if they're not being taken seriously and guys aren't competing hard, obviously it's not going to have a great effect. But I think if you can hold yourself accountable to bring that level of competition to practice, I think it's going to just benefit everybody being in those situations and
That's why I like to
working
keep
working on
score,
those quick,
you
yeah,
know?
working on those quick decisions that you're not forced to make if there's no pressure and it's just skate around the neutral zone making passes drill. I think it's nice to put yourself in those situations where you're thinking and you have to move and you have to compete and so if anything like that, I think I kind of enjoy it out of a practice.
I totally agree. And then you can make all those little plays in tight little areas. What it reminds me of is like playing a road game in Manchester or going to Sheffield. And it's like Manchester, we're going there to straight muck it up.
Yeah,
Sheffield, I may not get body checked today. We're just gonna skate
yeah,
around and
exactly.
pass it to each other. And it's like this is boring.
Yeah, there's definitely no hiding in Altrincham. I think if you're not ready to compete that night, you're just gonna stick out like a sore thumb. So I think it fits a guy like me who I'd like to think that that's kind of how I play the game and it benefits me, but it's definitely there's
It's
no
not
other
for
option.
everyone, is it?
No, but there's no other option either. Like if you're not ready to bring it and compete when you're playing at our rank, it's gonna be a long night for sure. There's no room. The boards are hard. The
Yeah.
ice is smaller, and
Not much room to
yeah,
set up a PP around there, that's for sure.
no, and the ice is usually pretty bad. So it all just kind of makes itself into
A muck
this,
fest.
this gritty muck fest. So
I love that
small
stuff
ice,
though.
small ice, crappy ice. It's tough. There's only really one way to play, and obviously we're trying to adjust to that when we're playing at home.
Yeah, it is weird having to go from the little ice to the big ice. We did that when we were in the big blue tent in Cardiff, and you'd play the little barn, then you go to the big barns, and it is a totally different game. But it
Yeah,
brings back memory for me when I was signing in Cardiff, and Lordo was the coach, and one of his questions to me was, "Our rink is really small, and as a small guy, does that worry you?" And I was like, no. I grew up on a rink like that, and that's what I want to do. I don't need to skate all over the place. And I mean, Sheffield or Belfast, you can dump a puck in, and my word, it is a far way to go get that thing.
yeah. We just played at Sheffield this weekend, so we got that contrast from the home game in Guildford, and then or sorry, home game against Guildford, and then Saturday was away at Sheffield. And it's funny you're skating around there and warm up, and you're just trying to get reacclimated to the ice size change, and it is a pretty big change going from one to the other from night to night. And obviously, the first couple minutes of the game, you have to remind yourself to maybe skate a little bit more. You might have a little bit more time than you're used to, and
Yeah, when you get the
obviously,
puck, you do have more time.
yeah, yeah. So it's a little less panic, a little try to move your feet once you get it. But I feel like I think I don't know the exact record, but I think we've probably done better on big ice this year so far. We were definitely better at the beginning of the year. We were struggling to win at home for the first month. We've strung a few together now, but
Yeah, I
yeah, I
don't
think
think it changes that much when it comes to playing hockey. It's how hard you
no,
try, how well you play, how well you execute. But when you get on the smaller ice, there's just I find a lot more bumps and bruises come the end of the game than if you're playing
that
on the big
that
ice.
definitely for sure.
Hmm. Okay, I'll go with another random question then. You got a pregame meal?
Yeah, just chicken and rice. I'm pretty boring,
You
pretty
put
boring, pretty
you mixing in a
consistent.
veggie?
No, I have a kind of veggies with my shake earlier in the day, so.
Oh my God, game's changed. I'm just kidding. Um, so like rice and chicken, are we putting sauce on that? Like, are you just eating that
Yeah,
dry?
No, I'll put some soy sauce on the rice and then
You're
season up
plain, eh? Your chocolate bars are plain, your meals are plain.
yeah, I really am. Definitely pretty boring in terms of game day meals, but yeah,
Do
usually
you
just
do you have
chicken thighs and
t-
rice.
chicken thighs?
Yeah, I feel like they taste better than breasts. It's a little more juicy.
Oh, you're like dark meat guy, eh?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. Well, that would make it juicier, like if you're eating it dry.
Yeah.
God, I don't know what I talk about on this anyways, but any pregame routines you got?
No, just kind of play two touch.
Two
Definitely
touch? Are you a player?
yeah. No, I'm awful, but I
Really?
try.
You
Yeah.
definitely couldn't play two touch with me then, man. I had some moves you've never seen.
No, my left foot is just horrendous. So
Right.
it's tough to control those ones coming in
But at
hot.
least you're playing and you're out there mucking it up, right? You don't have to be the best two touch player to be involved.
Yeah, I'm definitely bad enough where my touches create some chaos. So
Hmm.
I can create definitely a bit of a muck fest in the
Yeah.
pregame two touch.
Yeah. No, honestly, when you do stop playing hockey and then you don't have a team and you don't have any of that anymore and you just start working in an office all day, um, two touch is a thing you miss. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's definitely one of those things I look forward to before the game. Like I'm pretty excited for all like the team meetings and stuff to get over. 'Cause, you got
Then it's
20,
time.
30
Then it's
minutes to
time to
just go
muck it
hang
up,
out.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, just go hang out with the guys and
Yeah.
see who's going to be the worst that day.
And it's also like before it's go time and it's everybody's time to kind of relax and have fun and not really think about what's about to happen. You're just competing against each other in two touch, right?
Yeah, really, you're just you are getting warm and you are getting warmed up, but it is kind of like that last bit of time where you can just kind of hang out with the guys before you need to dial in and kind of get going. But it's yeah, it's a fun 20 30 minutes that I enjoy before the games.
I always did too. And then yeah, it's true. As soon as two touch is over, you go into the room and it's like, okay, it's go time now.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's kind of in their own routine at that point and you're just kind of getting ready after that's over. But it is a nice little activity, get you warm, get you going, but not really have to be as serious
Yeah, you're
as
just
maybe
playing
some
the
of the other
game.
things. Yeah.
Okay, so what arena would be your favorite road game?
I'd say Nottingham or Sheffield. I think they're close. They're nice rinks. It's got that Showtime feel to it, and they're two of our closer trips. So where you're getting home before midnight-ish. Obviously, you go down to Cardiff or Guildford, or you go up to Scotland. It's going to be a late one getting home. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty nice playing at Nottingham and Sheffield in terms of just being nice arenas that
Or
are,
close?
are fun to play in and they're close. Yeah, so I'd say
Mm,
those two.
okay. Well, I Sheffield Arena I like because we won the Challenge Cup there and they got a lot of fans. Nottingham, other than the playoff weekend, didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a really nice arena, and it's better than better
Do
than
you,
going up to Fife.
the two touch area in Nottingham, there's some obstacles there, eh?
Yeah, very chaotic one. I like that one.
There's some beams and chairs and stuff in the way, right?
Yeah, yeah, the low roof too. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a chaotic one in Nottingham for sure.
And then you go to Sheffield to play two touch, and there's just so much space. You know,
Oh,
you got to be
I'm
a real
so bad in
soccer player
Sheffield.
there, right?
Yeah, you have to actually have good touches, but
Yeah,
I usually just end up booting it off that big black curtain and
and
hoping it's
letting the other
somebody,
boys figure it out.
yeah, somebody else's problem now.
Yeah, it's kind of like in hockey. I tell my boys, I'm like, you can't give another guy your shit. I'm like, if it's like bobbling, whatever, and I'm like, handle it and then pass it. I'm like, don't just throw your shit to the next guy. And but in two touch, I'd do that.
That's all I do.
Okay, well then let's keep going with the two touch thing. Where's your favorite place to play two touch in the league? Who cares about the bar?
Ooh, um,
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know.
it was Fife.
I remember Belfast had a pretty good area.
Oh yeah, back in that hallway there,
Yeah, I like that one. It's kind of big, but closed off enough.
and you got walls to bounce it off of.
Yeah, you get the walls and it's not too cold. Yeah, I'd say maybe Belfast without thinking too hard about it.
No, I agree with you. That is a nice area.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I haven't in Cardiff. I never played in the new arena, so I don't even know where you two touch there.
outside. So
Is that right?
yeah, so probably no two touch once the snow starts coming down. But we've already played down there a couple times, so shouldn't have to go back too many more.
Well, you got to find a place to play two touch no matter what.
Yeah, we'll see when the time comes.
Okay, I think we got sidetracked with two touch. Sorry, that's my fault. I guess I really like the game. Do you have a favorite restaurant in Manchester? Do you have a honey hole?
Uh, there's a lot of good ones, but I think one that all the guys would like and agree on would probably be like Bunny Jackson's. It's a wing spot. So if there's anything to celebrate or go out and have a few there, those are some pretty quality wings. So
Wings are good.
there'd probably be one here in Manchester. It's pretty good.
So do you live by the arena or like by downtown? Because I remember
We
last
live
year there were
we live
guys downtown.
we live by the arena, so pretty much everybody's by the arena this year, which is definitely makes it nicer in the mornings, not having to do the traffic or public transit rush with everybody going to school and work. So yeah, it's just a little 5 minute walk over to the rink, and then usually days feel a little longer now that or I wasn't here when the guys were living downtown, but from what I understand, it was just 2 extra hours of travel that were
Right,
just unnecessary.
right. And then when you want to go downtown, you go downtown.
Yeah, it's still super close. We're just 25 minutes on the tram away. So anytime you want to go down there, you can, but it's nice to not have to make that trip every day for sure.
Okay, next random question then is have you guys had any fun team events this season?
Yeah,
Halloween parties, things of this nature.
yeah, yeah. We had a Halloween party, which was pretty fun.
It
Had
better
a
be.
couple, yeah, had a couple potlucks where kind of like the team got together on a Sunday or a Monday that we're not playing. So yeah, I've had a few little team things that have been fun, and got a good group of guys again this year. So obviously a little hat tip to Fenner there, obviously making sure the guys that he's bringing in are all quality dudes. So yeah,
Right.
it's been a fun year, and we got a great locker room again.
I'm picturing recruiting players in pro hockey kind of like doing this to figure out who they are and if I want them on my team.
Yeah, I know Finner for sure definitely asks how guys are as people and as teammates for before recruiting anybody. So I think that's obviously been a big help in making sure our locker room stays very cohesive and fun.
Right. And Critch always tells me how good the vibes are in Manchester. And when you guys win and they're doing like the blades of steel thing around the chocolate, and or he's doing like on one leg with his foot out going through the chocolate, or somebody's doing the gritty going through the chocolate. It's like every time it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun winning, you know?
Yeah, obviously winning's fun, and
Mm,
everything's a little bit more fun when you're winning. So,
sure is.
we try to do that and enjoy it when we get them.
Well, small world one for you then was you were Cape Breton Eagle, right? And we've talked about this before. I know Cully was your
Yeah,
assistant coach, right? And my
was yeah.
babysitter in Cardiff.
Yes.
And then Haddadi is like running the team or something now there.
Yeah, he's in some sort of management position.
Must have an MBA or something from Cardiff. I don't know. But anyways, the guy that's asked me to help the Ripley Wolves senior team here, um, played AAA growing up with them on the same team out there.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, weird stuff, eh? That they all know each other. Then he asked me to help him, and then he actually like wants my opinion on everything, and like he's calling me about hockey stuff and what I think, and I'm like, wow, you're really trying to get me into this, aren't you?
Yeah, the hockey world's a small one for sure.
It sure is, and it's interesting the East Coasters, how many I've met, and I didn't really know. I had never really played with anybody from out east until Cully and Haddad, and I was like, whoa, these dudes are awesome. And then you meet Steven Dixon, and then you're like, whoa, these guys are all awesome out there. You know,
Yeah, I guess there's just not many of us, so most of us know each other for I guess
it's a small pool.
compared to the other parts of the country. I think if you're from the Maritimes and you made it to pro hockey or certain levels, I think you just know of guys. There's just not enough of us where yeah, it's a small pool out east.
It's the same in rural Ontario. you know, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Everybody knows everybody. Um, so ran one more random question, eh? How long we've been going? I don't even know. Um, best player you've played with?
Uh Probably Noah Dobson on the
Mm,
Islanders. He's playing
yep,
junior. Yeah, I
that makes
think
sense.
yeah, he's got to be close to the Norris conversation soon. Puts up another 70 points this year, so
And
We'll
he's
see.
big, tall, fast. Yeah.
Right-handed, that helps.
Mm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked about this, but yeah, I went to the Islanders game because Tom Kuhnhackl from Landshut, Germany, knew all my fellas, and we were watching
Okay.
him. And I believe it was Dobson that gave my son a puck during warmups.
Okay, nice. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's a good guy. So we
yeah.
played together in junior for a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have any questions for me?
None off the top of my head. No.
No, nobody ever
Sorry.
does, you know? I know.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's fine.
put me on the spot like that.
Yeah, well, it's my job to come up with questions. So I don't know if we talked about this, but during all the baloney, you're at Acadia, and there was 2 years there, and you only played 3 games during all the baloney, and then you left for pro. Did you graduate?
I did, yep, this past spring. So
Not a boy.
yeah, no, got it done. So that's definitely something I'm proud of to have that piece of paper in the back pocket now. And
You need to have it.
uh, yeah, no, it's important and it's something I obviously worked a lot of spent a lot of time working towards. So it's something that I definitely wanted to finish. And now that I have it, it'll be nice to fall back on that once hockey's all done.
What'd you take?
Just general business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I originally started. Anyways, okay. And then I think this is my last question. You're only 25 and you're doing really well in the UK. Um, do you have any aspirations left in this career of where and what you want to try and get to?
Uh, Obviously, like you'd like to play at the best club in the best league that you possibly can, but nothing. I wouldn't say any defined goals. Kind of just enjoying my time and trying to take it day by day.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously, I'm young, and when it's time to do that, I'll look at my options and see what's going on. But as of right now, I'm
You're,
signed in Manchester and just enjoying that. So
yep.
yeah, just keep playing hockey day by day, and then when
And
it's time
you're
to
happy where you are and you're gonna muck it up.
exactly. So
I
no
understand.
point in worrying about it, and it's just worry about it when the time comes, I guess. But yeah, just kind of enjoy being in Manchester, enjoy being in a great locker room where, I'm getting to play lots and spend time with some quality guys. So all is well right now, and we'll deal with that stuff later.
Well, it sounds like you have a good head on your shoulders still, and that is why I took a shine to you the last couple times we chatted. Yeah, you seem like the type of guy I'd want on my team if I was putting together a team, and the fans say the same thing about you, and so do your teammates. So way to go. Last
Perfect.
nice thing I'm saying to you.
I know I appreciate that. It's nice to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, well, whatever. I only coach under 13, and you know what? It's not only under 13. We run amok. We've won 2 tournaments this year. They've shaved my head. We've had moo-offs. I've done belly flops, and it's well, Saturday we have a game against well, a team, and then I told the fellas that when the game's over, I'm gonna have Kabina Fest. If you don't know what that is in Germany, Kabina Fest means locker room party, and usually you'd have a practice, and then it goes around the room on like a Tuesday. You have a really hard practice, and then 2 guys on the team at a time. It's their Kabina Fest, so they pick the food, they bring in a couple cases of beer, and then they set up tables right in your locker room. And you sit there, eat and drink and hang out as a team for the day. And then sometimes it escalates and you go out into the city. Sometimes it doesn't. It's up to the guys. But we're going to play at 11:30 in the morning. I'm going to have Spätzle ready that I'm going to make from Germany with bacon and cheese. And I'm going to have it all ready. And then the arena gave us room that I'll finish frying it up. It'll be ready, but I just got to make it hot. And then I'm gonna have all the fellas up for a Kabina Fest in the room, you know?
Nice. That'll be awesome. Sounds like you guys are having fun.
That's what I'm trying to do is have fun, you know? Hockey's supposed to be fun. And it looks like you guys are having fun in Manchester, right?
We are.
And that's what we want to hear. That chocolate makes it even more fun, right?
Exactly.
Dairy milks, folks. And this has been another episode of Two L's and Hockey Tales with Heine and Wally.